Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we are turned to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, where you can see I am rocking the Giganox armor set. And this is the low rank version, and does have some pretty nice stats to it. It gives you level 1 of hearing, which is already pretty good, because I don't think there's a lot of monster ores that are actually like really strong ones until a little while further, so that's no problem there. The reload speed +1 is kind of nice. The status, don't overly use. Unfortunately, too, is there's not really like enough slots on this to get anything that much, and I did have to put in a decoration just to remove Demonic Blessing. Overall, this is going to be more useful for the Thunder Resistance, because that gives us a 10, and this week we are going after, probably the most recognizable flagship of the 3rd generation. Like, there are, again, 3rd gen had 3 different flagships for each kind of entry in the series. You had Zinogre in Portable 3rd, and Rakdios from 3 Ultimate. But I think the one that a lot of people really narrow down and kind of focus in on more is the one we're going after, the flagship of Monster Hunter Tri, Laghiacrus. I'm going to use, we're going to go with the Queen's Longfire here. So I might have to do a little bit of stuff here. Okay, actually that might be about it there. I just got to go buy some more ammo, and then we're all set. And I think the reason Laghiacrus really hits home for a lot of people is because he's probably a lot of Hunter's first, like, flagship monsters. And there's a lot of memories of, like, the low rank, or the village in Tri, and going through all these little steps that. He's also got a very grounded and nice design to him that some other monsters don't exactly have. Oh, yeah, let's get that. I guess that's about everything, right? Oh, actually, no, we'll take poison because we actually have that little boost to our statuses, right? Yes, we do. Stats attack +1. Okay, so that's all sorted. I don't think there's anything to check before we go out. Yeah, nothing yet. So I think all we really gotta do is eat, and then we're ready to go after Laghiacrus. So we got the Rathian Heavy Bowgun equipped, and we're going to use the Giganox set again because of the stats. Everything's looking pretty good. Let's just eat up, and then we'll head on out to see him. Now, a lot of people probably have fought Laghiacrus more from Generations Ultimate, where you don't really have the underwater fights. So getting to see Laghiacrus in a fight where he's really underwater and shows off to the test is going to be a good experience overall. But this is right from Moga Village's chief himself. You did it against Laghiacrus, kid. Now that you got a taste of its power, it's time to seal the deal. This will be the ultimate battle. I have to say, I'm almost jealous. Do us proud, kid. So I think this opens up... I know there's, I think, 2 ranks of quests to go. Like, I mean, there's like low, high, and G, but there's, I think, the 4 stars that this opens up, and then there's a 5-star quest after that. But it's time to take on the vile monster that's been tormenting the village, the Laghiacrus. Oh, this is so exciting. You're not alone in this, good hunter. Don't you forget that. Everyone in the village considers you part of our family. We believe in you. Defeat Laghiacrus and come back safe. And I think this is also where flagships really started to feel a lot more integrated into the story from compared to the previous games. Like, I admit I only mostly have experience back from Freedom Unite before Tri, but the Tigrex, it was kind of part of it, but it wasn't as integrated into the story as Laghiacrus came with Monster Hunter 3. Because again, you encounter Laghiacrus, you have the first little encounter with it in the sort of like initiation quest back in the very first star quests, then you have the Repel one to see him again, and then builds up to this point here. And all the talk really focuses on getting you prepared for that. Whereas the Tigrex one for Freedom Unite was kind of, you'll get scared by him on the first quest, and then you probably won't see him again until basically the Urgent for him. There he is. Oh, and I love the eye shine underwater. And there's the first taste of kind of destructible areas in the environment. Look at that face. God, that's imposing. Okay, let's go and hunt them down. As you can just see them under the water there. So we're starting in his element, so we're probably going to be in store for quite a few... Oh, a couple of Epioth who haven't fled yet. I'm surprised they're sticking around. Oh, are you leaving the area? Oh, no, you're just kind of doing a little patrol. Okay, no, let's start with a bit of poison just to let that start ticking down on him. Unfortunately, it has a very long recoil on it. Oh. And then just... I love the repositioning that he does, too, because it's not like just a simple swim forward. It's that kind of slow... It reminds me of like a shark circling in a way. Keeping a little bit of distance, sizing you up, and then determining what it's going to do. Ow. And, I mean, this is the village low rank, so it's not like it's going to be a super difficult or much of a struggle for a fight. Ooh. Oh, and then just a little smack with the hand when he turns. Now, one thing that I noticed on the heavy bowguns coming up to this point is that there's a type of ammo that is called sub-ammo, and it's supposed to be very good underwater, but no heavy bowgun has access to it up until Laghiacrus is here, so... I'm curious, once we actually can make the heavy bowgun from this big guy, how it'll kind of perform. Whoa. Yeah, so Cha-Cha's doing his thing. Oh, actually got a paralysis proc off. Now, unfortunately, the status attacks on your companions aren't anywhere near as strong or kind of as reliant as they are in World and Iceborne. Because usually in the modern games, you get almost like one guaranteed that the Palicoes will get off, depending on how long the hunt is. Whereas back in these days, I think unless it really took a long time, you'd be lucky if you could get that single little proc off. So the Cha-Cha and Kiamba were very good for support stuff, more like healing and buffs and stuff like that, rather than direct offensive aid. Oh, sad little waltz going on there. But I love how fluid and just agile Laghiacrus feels underwater. I'm still surprised they were able to... Okay, we're just out of range of it. I'm still surprised they were able to make him, like, mostly land-based for coming back in, like, Generations and Generations Ultimate. But he really just is so much better in his element of underwater. Ow. Actually, I don't even think that he's enraged yet. I think that might just be the build-up from electricity on him. Okay, no, maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to normal 2, and then we'll save the flaming shots for if we can get him on land. Because if he goes up there, it's kind of that home field advantage in a way. Like, definitely much more agile in the water than we are. But if we can outlast him... Oh, there, now you're angry. If we can outlast him in the water enough for him to go up onto dry land, we're going to get the mobility advantage over him. Oh, looks like we are going to get that mobility advantage. Away he goes. There he is, breaching. I don't know if he's going to leave the area. No, he's just going to fight up here. Oh, this is perfect. We actually managed to break the chest, and that exposed the back to us here. Oh no, we broke. Maybe it was just the claws we broke. Because I thought we would have seen the scar on his chest, which is usually one of his fairly common part breaks. Okay, let's try breaking the back. I'm not sure if only flaming ammo or fire attacks do all the way back in 3 Ultimate, or that was more like a modern update that he kind of got. I know the chest we should be able to break with enough damage there. Oh, and gotta watch that tail, because that's a big one. Thank you, Cha-Cha. God, I'm so glad that one of the things that irks me back about playing the older games a little bit is the way that old normal 3 ammo kind of behaved. It was so hard to make it a really good, reliable damage type because of how it heavily relied on the ricochet ability it would potentially give you. And if you couldn't really, like, figure out the best way to get it, it was kind of like... Well, it's weaker than the ammo before it, so that kind of tells you this. Nope. Tells you a little bit of how the power level was kind of weird for bowguns back in these days. But thankfully, in World and Iceborne, they just brought it so that way Normal 3 is a direct upgrade to Normal 2. Ow. Yeah, I think he's getting more and more ticked off with us. Well, I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't built up more electricity on his back. Maybe we'll have to try the bigger ammos. Got some clus loaded, ready to go. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mistimed the reloading. Oh. Oh, and there's that nice back exposed. There we go. Okay, so you can break the back without needing the flaming shots. Oh, we haven't actually... We got a number of part breaks still to go on them. Because there's still... Maybe it's the horns that need flaming attacks only on it. I know in modern games there was one part that would not break unless you seem to use the right element. Maybe it's the same back here, but I can't remember if it's the horns on his head or it was the back crystals. Either way, though, we'll try and see if we can use Normal 2 and break the chest. And I'm actually surprised how long this has taken. Like, it is... Well, the recording's rounding 15 minutes, so it's probably only been about 10 or so in the hunt, but I still think a good length so far. And one of the most recent videos that Rage Gaming did was Cotton kind of trying out Hunter 3 Ultimate. And one of the things he said was, and I do highly agree with, is that the game is almost rhythmic in a way. And that's the way I've kind of always seen Monster Hunter to be. It's almost like this disguised turn-based combat game. Because if you do follow, like, the monster's patterns and that, you kind of feel when your openings are... Oh, are you out of stamina? Seems to be you're a little tired. Oh, shoot. My aim is still atrocious, whether it's carnivores or Monster Hunter, it seems. Oh, actually... Let's get out of that. Yeah, he's pretty low on stamina, so he's not even able to really generate on life. Oh, so he can break the horns with, I guess he doesn't have an element-specific, and there goes the chest. The only thing that's probably going to be a bit problematic to try getting as a gunner is going to be the tail. Back in these games, you basically had to... this was the first iteration of slicing ammo, and the problem with that, though, and, well, basically carried all the way up till Iceborne World, in my opinion, was that it was a very, very weak ammo type for what you were trying to aim to do. Because tails, they could be stuck on monsters pretty good. In your lower ranks and high ranks, you can... If you have a weapon that has the capability, it wasn't bad. I don't even think this has slicing, does it? Oh no, it does have slicing capabilities. It does have slime. Well, it doesn't have slime, but slime was another ammo type that was brought in for 3 Ultimate. You can thank good old Laghiacrus for that, although... That's another kind of element that bowguns have kind of been gypped out on. Like, there are a couple of big mechanics that I felt the bowguns have always been kind of robbed of. One is dragon element, because instead of just making it like dragon weapons really are with reliable... just like a nice amount of, say, 60 dragon shot, you only have the 3, and it operates in that really weird, slow, piercing way. And the other is, like, slime and... Actually, probably just slime as a mechanic, really. Like, you can get slime ammo, but the problem is it's basically just like your poison or your... Oh, just dodge out of the way of that. It works just like poison or sleep or paralysis. You basically only get, like, 12 shots, and that's probably 1 proc of it, really. There we go. The Lord of the Sea, slain. God, I really do love Laghiacrus. He was a great flagship monster, a really good fight. Like, he gets a lot better through the ranks, and you definitely feel his agility underwater so much more. But I just really do miss this big guy and his full, like, capabilities. Having underwater taken away from him really does narrow a lot of his enjoyment, but he still is a good one to see come back every now and then. I guess we'll do a little mining while we wait. So we'll head back, see what rewards we got from that. I'm probably going to try making his armor, because, again, I'm surprised at what it gives you for skills, even in low rank. That Tenderizer and Normal Up are a great combination. And then I'm not sure what the third one is. I think armor sets usually give you 3 good and 1 negative, so we'll find out what the full, like, loadout is. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so we got a hide, oh, actually 2 hides there, a scale. That's all just kind of like miscellaneous goodies. Shell shocker's nice to get. Another hide, scale, and a horn. And this charm... you know, I guess I'll take. Maybe we can... I'm not sure if there's like a melding thing or not this way back. The Levin Maelstrom, and the Tidal Necklace Award. Actually, that's one thing I'm a little surprised at, is that Laghiacrus never got like an ecology video. But then again, considering he's like such a main part of the intro to Monster Hunter 3, I guess that kind of makes up for that. Because it is still a very great intro. Oh. Well, that's problematic, because we were supposed to have taken care of that with the Laghiacrus gone. Okay, time to talk with the chief. Everyone calm down, get a hold of yourselves. Be honest with me, kid. When you were hunting Laghiacrus, did it escape? Are you sure you finished the job? I mean, we were cutting up its corpse, so I'm guessing no. You say you took it out. Alright, I believe ya, but then, what in blazes is causing these earthquakes? Guess I can't blame it on that Laghiacrus, can I? The last quake was severe, to say the least. Another one like that, we might wind up sleeping with the fishes. Well, I, for one, won't sit here and wait to be put in my watered grave. It's never too late until it is, which it's not. You stand by, kid. We may need your hunter skills when the time comes, which it hasn't, but it might. So there. Yeah, so Laghiacrus was not the one behind the earthquakes as everybody was thinking. Oh la la, it seems Moga Village proverbial milk is about to spoil. We are doomed, yeah? Mais no. In hard times such as these, a culinary gift have a duty, and that is to provide comfort food. Prepare to dine, good hunter. My dishes are about to meow one step closer to perfection, yeah. Okay, we're not going to eat yet. We just gotta kind of clear all this up. Oh my, things have gotten grim, even with you around. Times like this, it's extra important to work hard and not look back, right? With that in mind, presenting you the Pack Rat Guide. From the same series as that organizer guide from way back, offers advice on how to use your item box. Honestly, I think this book could change your life. I read it, and look at me, see? Okay, nothing really to buy there. We'll talk to Junior over here. Oh, nothing even to say. That's odd. The outfitter has something. Hey, guess what I just got in? Tons of new weapons, swoosh, slash, kerplop. Imagine all the carnage you'll cause with them, for real. They're cut above the old stuff, plus they're pick up and slay, no assembly required. Slowed up on durable armor, hope your wallet's full because it's time to empty out. Yeah, this was a bit of an odd one, I guess as you're getting further in the game, and... Wait, you can actually just buy the Tropeco gun right out. Okay, I'm surprised at that. I guess as you're getting a little further in the game, you want to try other weapons out or stuff like that, they make it a little more approachable. I'm not really sure. Or you want to switch from Blade Master to Gunner a little easier. Again, not really sure. Another earthquake. And just when you rid us of Laghiacrus, you know, I'm starting to think Laghiacrus was never responsible for the quakes. As far as what is responsible, I got nothing. I know one thing, though. If we don't do something soon, our village is going to break off into the sea. That last quake was even worse than the ones that came before. It's almost like something big grabbed the village and shook it. And by big, I mean way bigger than Laghiacrus. Ah, that's crazy talk. Forget I brought it up. No matter what's behind the quakes, we're going to protect Moga. You'll be the first one to know if I learned something tangible. Chit-chat, and then... Hey there, got some more big bug business news for you. You love making money? Sure, we all do. Now, those insects we raise on the farm just got more lucrative. Nostalgic folk are trying to buy, so basically just some talk to improve the insect box. And nothing else? Oh, that's odd. I thought he would have a little more to say, but I guess not. Okay, on to the good stuff, though, which is the making new things. So, for the Laghiacrus, yeah, those are going to be the problem, are the two tails. I'm going to have to try capturing Logi and hope the rewards will give me the tails. But I do love how diverse the weapon designs were back then. I mean, like, these are only, like, the very beginner ones. You probably recognize that one, because it's been, like, a standard for Monster Hunter beginner stuff. But then the Arshros gun we'll probably see back in Rise. The Kuropeko heavy bow gun. More of, like, a gag weapon, but it is something. The Rathian heavy bow gun. The Lagombi's has its own pretty nice, unique look to it. And then, of course, the Laghiacrus, which is very nice. It's just great to see all those. And for the armor... Yeah, so we need another horn. And a tenderizer current resistance, that's it. Like, it has lower stamina, or lower status attack, but I don't use status weapons or attacks all that much. Oh, we could actually make that. Yeah, I think it's the arm set. Yeah, I really love, like, the attached shield to the left arm. I wish it would kind of give you more protection or, like, a little something back then, but I still just love how that seems and feels, and I'm hoping that's something we may see come... Actually, it's hard to say. I don't know if you will see it come back in Rise, because I think Rise is still going to have... Actually, I don't know for certain now. Because it used to be, like, you guys know for World and Iceborne, you had the Alpha set and the Beta set. In these old games, you had the Blade Master set, and you had the Gunner set, and that was it. So I don't know if we would actually see it come back or not. But I've got a number of things to work on there. And now let's talk to Aisha here. Well, but what? Another earthquake? But how could... I mean, wasn't it... Didn't you take out Laghiacrus? This is... Okay, must calm down. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, I'm okay now. Not worrying about it. Thanks to you, my heart rate is back in normal human ranges. So, let's talk shop. Since you wowed the guild again, they've given you clearance for a new hunting ground. This one on to get you fired up, the volcano. Thing is, I've got some unrelated bad news, too. Listen close, okay? The other day, the guild issued an evacuation order for the entire village. And that includes you and me. Can you believe it? Right now we have some leeway, but if I tell them about that last earthquake, they'll stop giving out quests for sure. I want everybody to be safe, but isn't evacuating the same as condemning the village? Shouldn't we at least find out what's causing the quakes? I'm feeling all conflicted. Or maybe I'm just hungry. Moving on. Yeah, so we got the volcano, capture Laghiacrus, and deliver 2 powder stones. I'm actually kind of surprised that's it for right now. I guess once we do the capture Laghiacrus, we'll see a few more quests come in, but for now, we'll probably end things off there, because that was a pretty nice Laghiacrus hunt. I've got to probably do a little bit more farming, so the next time I see you guys, I will probably have the Laghiacrus armor and heavy bowgun. But in the meantime, thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I don't know if there will be another video going up today after this one. I still have to figure out if I'm going to do a new series or just take a break for a week and see. But in the meantime, once again, thank you all very much for joining me, and hopefully I'll catch you next episode. Please remember, hunters and survivors, as always, you take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.